We got it.
Known for his television appearances and best-selling survival guides, Creek Stewart wants to help believers reconnect with God through both practical preparedness and spiritual renewal.
The Lord loves the wilderness. He created it as a place for us to draw closer to Him.
Yeah.
From Adam and Eve in the garden, to Moses and the Israelites, 40 years. Even Jesus, in the very first part of His ministry, was led by the Spirit into the wilderness.
Amen.
Amen.
This is the set of Creek's new outdoor survival show called God in the Wild. They just wrapped up filming their first episode here in the Red River Gorge of Kentucky. It's about getting back in touch with nature, but more importantly, with the God who created it. In their first episode, they take 45-year-old Mark from Indiana into the wild for 3 days and 3 nights.
You should have seen it on day one as he was struggling to start a fire with the bow drill.
My arms were tired, my legs were shaking, and I just didn't think I had anything left in the tank.
Mark, don't quit on me. He said a little prayer, and an ember popped out, and he blew the tinder bundle into flame, and it was just like the perfect metaphor for our week.
Creek sees God in the Wild's mission as twofold.
People of faith who already know Jesus, when they see someone in the trenches, digging into their faith and just not giving up on the Lord, that their faith will be increased.
Yeah.
But I also believe, because it's a wilderness survival show, that people will watch this show who may never shadow the door of a church. And at the end of the day, God is the hero of every story that we will feature on the show. You know, but He's the one character that we can't script. But He always shows up.
How did he show up this week?
Our cast member this week has gone through some tragedy, right? He's lost a daughter. He's had cancer. His mom's had cancer. And he had an opportunity this week to yoke up to Jesus and ask the Lord, instead of me carrying these burdens, how can you use them for your glory?
The wilderness is sort of where God got a hold of you when you had hit rock bottom. Everything in your life was falling apart. What happened?
At the pinnacle of my career, I was on the Today Show, being interviewed by Kathy Lee Gifford and Hoda Kotb, and if you would have watched that show, you would have watched me on TV and you would have said, man, there is a guy that's got everything. He's got a hit television show, numerous best-selling books, a thriving business. All I was thinking about during that interview were the divorce papers on the kitchen table at home, and the fact that I wasn't living with my wife and my newborn son.
Wow.
And I'll never forget going home and realizing that I have to take my own advice as a wilderness survival instructor, that if you're lost in the wilderness, you have to admit you're lost.
Soon afterwards, Creek rededicated his life to Christ.
He rescued me from where I was. I repented of my sins, and He restored my marriage. And He was very clear. I want you to still teach wilderness survival skills, but I want you to do it in a way that honors me and that brings glory to me.
Today, Creek's passion is providing men and women with a similar transformational experience. When not filming, Creek leads the Wild God Survival Course, a 3-day faith-filled wilderness experience. Participants learn hands-on survival skills, building shelters, starting fires, purifying water, and finding food.
Fire is the king of all survival skills, right? It relates to everything. Like, what can you think of that fire can do?
Keep you warm.
Keep you warm.
Even if you don't have a great shelter.
That's right.
Heat up your food.
It can cook your food, boil your water. See that smoke? Signal for rescue.
And keep the critters away.
Keep the critters away.
Creek's newest book, Emergency Communication 101, teaches readers how to stay connected when disaster strikes, such as cell towers failing and no internet. Creek recommends an off-grid handheld radio.
You don't want a big piece.
From my short time in the wilderness, I sampled an acorn
The nutritional value of an acorn is surprising. It's got a lot of protein.
and some pine needle tea, which is surprisingly delicious and loaded with vitamin C. Creek reminds us that God hardwired provision into nature because he loves us.
There's something very special about sleeping in a shelter that you've built next to a fire that you've made and eating a meal, no matter how bitter it might be
Yeah, or rustic.
that you've foraged,
Yeah.
right? You're doing it. And it is a connection to the wilderness and creation and the creator like nothing that I can think of, right?
Oh, wow. And then there's light.
It's exciting. There we go. You did it. High five.
Wendy, Griffith, CBN News, Red River Gorge, Kentucky.